So as I have said, these are the inherent flaws in environmental impact assessment process. So because of these inherent flaws in the EIA, Himalayas is not being done justice. Okay, so it is not being protected separately. EIA is becoming a mere formality. If someone wants to implement a project in Himalayas, it is just a formality to take EIA. They are not being stopped. The environment is not being protected. So because of EIA, like the many other vulnerable places in the country, Himalayas are also not being protected. And apart from that, the case of Indian Himalayan region, is separate. Unfortunately, the threshold limits beyond which EIA is warranted for all these projects is the same across the country. Now, Himalayan is a very different region from the across the country. It is a very sensitive region, having a different type of topography, different biodiversity, and it is a earthquake zone. Whole Himalayas is the earthquake zone, and Himalayas are naturally susceptible to landslides, floods, etc. If you take ecologically, Himalayas is the source of all the major rivers in India: Ganges, Ganga River, Brahmaputra, Indus River. So many rivers come from Himalayas. So Himalayas is not just an ordinary place. It is a very highly important ecological region, and it is a very vulnerable, sensitive region. So you cannot apply the same threshold limits you apply at the rest of the country. So take plains, northern plains. It is a very plain region, no change, no much change in topography, no much change in biodiversity across the plain. So if you apply the same threshold limit, the size of company that can be allowed in the plain and the size of the company that can be allowed in the Himalayas, if both are same, where are you accounting the difference in the topography and biodiversity? So unfortunately, whole Himalayas is being treated same as the rest of the country. So this is the second reason that Himalayan is becoming more vulnerable to these kind of disaster impacts, which we have seen recently in Sikkim and recently seen in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So this is the main reason behind the severe extremes we are being seen in Himalayan region. So despite all levels of government being acutely aware of the special needs of the Indian Himalayan region, the region vulnerabilities and fragility has not been considered separately. So this is one of the flaw of the graded approach, because in this there is a graded approach in this environmental impact assessment. So what do we mean by this graded approach? So this same environmental impact assessment, which it treats plains and mountains equally, has some kind of graded approach when it comes to, let's say, national park or critical tiger habitat. These are also sensitive places like Himalayas. When these type of places come, not geography wise, nature of the place wise. So when it is national park or critical tiger habitat or protected forest or something, then there are different rules. Different rules apply to this. But when it comes to Himalayas, these kind of rules are not applicable. Okay, we have systematic understanding that the Himalayas are inherently vulnerable, same like this tiger habitat national park, which we think vulnerable spots, because critical tiger habitat, we think tigers are very important for our protection of biodiversity. So separate rules are applied for tiger habitat, but same Himalayas also is a vulnerable region and that needs to be treated separately. But Indian Himalayan region is not treated differently than the rest of the country. This is already established point, just another aspect is showing. So the increasing frequency with which Himalayan states witnessing this devastation every year, year after year, and extreme weather conditions, showing that we are already paying heavy price for this indifference. So you are not treating this Himalayas differently, and you are paying the price for it in the form of Sikkim floods, Himachal floods, Uttarakhand floods. So what is the way forward? How we can address this problem? So author is saying, first, policymakers would do well to explore other tools such as strategic environmental assessment. So what is strategic environmental assessment? Author means that when he says strategic environmental impact assessment, you conduct a thorough study which regions are strategically important, like Himalayas. Himalayas are important strategically. So Western Ghats are important strategically, rivers are important strategically, river plains are important strategically. So these kind of strategic environmental impact, strategic environmental assessment is also needed along with EIA. So EIA just cannot be applied in a plain way everywhere. That is what the author is saying. This is to address the needs of the Indian Himalayan region as a fundamental policy. So this is the suggestion of the author. So that is what the whole article is about. So basically this is related to environmental impact assessment of the GS3 environment part, directly related to the syllabus. You can also connect this to the Indian geography part. So I hope you have understood this topic. This is the practice mains question. Please try. This is our last article for today. Long-term risks of artificial intelligence. So see this here. This is the original article confronting the long-term risks of artificial intelligence. So basically, from the title, the author is talking about long-term risks of the artificial intelligence, long-term risk. So what is artificial intelligence in the first instance? Understand what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but a thinking and learning computer. So it is basically mimicking of human intelligence. So human have some features like intelligence, emotion, etc. Okay, but this artificial intelligence, as of now, is limited only to the cognizance, thinking aspect, intelligence aspect. So mimicking of human intelligence is called artificial intelligence. It is not natural intelligence like human. When a machine mimics or simulates the intelligence of a human, it is called artificial intelligence. So author is saying, okay, now AI is the buzzword. Okay, everyone is talking about AI, ChatGPT, Bing, Google Bard. So AI is everywhere. AI is being used in every sector, healthcare, transport, business, everything. AI is using everywhere. AI has so many applications because it replaces people. It just replaces the low skilled people and at a low cost, and its efficiency is very high. So AI is the buzzword and it is being used everywhere, every sector, in every place of the world. So author is warning us, don't just believe in AI blindly, because AI has some short-term and long-term consequences. So both short-term and long-term consequences. And author is warning us about these consequences, especially long-term consequences, because author is saying short-term consequences of the AI can be easily noticed, but long-term consequences of AI are difficult to notice. That is what the author primary argument. So he is saying you are right now enjoying AI, but when you understand AI fully, you will get to know about the negative aspect. So the risk aspect of the AI will increase in future. This underscores the importance of the identifying the short and long-term consequences. So he explains this using an example of a movie. So there is a movie called Ex Machina. There is a movie called Ex Machina. In this movie, they design an artificial intelligence. It is called Ava. So this is an artificial intelligence robot. When they design it, they are very proud of themselves. It is a symbol of human next level achievement. So they are very proud of this Ava. So okay, so everyone is happy in the beginning, and soon they understand that, soon they realize that she can surpass the human intelligence and she can become sentient by herself. So her super intelligence become problematic in the later parts of the movie. So author is comparing this movie, highlighting us that you are enjoying the AI right now. You are enjoying the application of AI right now. But in future, when you truly understand the potential of AI, you will fear it. You will understand the risks. So that is the author's argument. So what are the immediate risks? As I said, AI has both short-term and long-term risks. What are the short-term risks? Which are more tangible? Managing AI systems so that it does not malfunction in our day-to-day tasks. So wherever you are using it, our short-term risk is that it may malfunction. Take this example. Microsoft has, this is a very interesting example. Microsoft in 2016 has introduced an artificial intelligence in Twitter called Tay. Her name is Tay. Tay tweets. So this is a artificial intelligence account introduced by Microsoft. Microsoft designed it in such a way that it learns from the people. So if I go to Twitter and put some comment, imbibes it and learns it. Internalizes it and learns from it. So it takes all the comments of the people and learn about the world. Like the same movie of Avengers, Ultron. So people started coming to Twitter, and unfortunately, they have put very racist and sexist comments intentionally. Many people gave very wrong and racial and sexist information to this stay. So within 24 hours of introducing this stay, it started saying swear words on Twitter. So it is not treating minorities with respect. In US, it is talking about black people being somewhat in a negative way. It is talking about black people in a negative way. It is saying women are lesser than men. It is saying Hitler is very great. It is talking very negatively and in a wrongful way about Jews. So in 24 hours, it learned very bad things from the people, general population, not even some evil people. So from general population in 24 hours, AI has turned into a very evil one. So that is a possible negative consequences of AI. So you cannot expect AI to perform well in day-to-day functions. These are shorter. They have introduced it in 24 hours. They have realized the negative consequences. In long term, there are much more devastating than this. Nothing happened for Microsoft. They have introduced it. The experiment failed. That's it. Nothing happened. But in longer term, there may be very severe risks which are very difficult to grapple with. About AI role in society and its implications on humanity. So this requires a multifaceted approach. You understand the short-term and long-term consequences, and you take a harmonized approach to deal with both. So what are some of the long-term consequences? See here, first of all, if AI gets its hands, somehow if AI becomes super intelligent and gets its hands on biotechnology, it can even manipulate human emotions also. I hope you all have seen the movie of Rajnikant, Robo. So in that movie, AI becomes sentient, it becomes super intelligent. So such kind of robo can manipulate even humans, human emotions. To manage human emotions, all it requires is a small drug. Okay, if someone sprays some gas on you, your emotions will change. Again, if AI systems become super intelligent, they may threaten our essential infrastructure. We are using right now AI to control water and electricity also. In many electricity production stations, electricity distribution stations, and water reservoirs, etc. We are using artificial intelligence already. If this gets into a person, a wrong AI system, or wrong person who is behind this evil AI, it may threaten our essential infrastructure also. So it may not release water as per the time. Okay, when there is a severe flood, it may hold the water till the dam breaks in. So such kind of negative things can happen. Again, dangers of military AI. This is the worst possible consequences. I hope you all heard of Kasab in Mumbai attack, 2008, 26 by 11 Mumbai attack. So Kasab, when Kasab came to India, Indian armed force, Indian special forces successfully caught him alive. So the whole world knows this person from Kasab, this person called Kasab came from Pakistan. Because he is basically from Pakistan, there is an undeniable proof. Kasab basically belongs to Pakistan. The area, the village which he belongs to also identified by the world. So world has seen Pakistan has sent these terrorists to India. So Pakistan was brought to shame. Pakistan, at least to some extent, held responsible. Now imagine in place of Kasab, if it is a rogue robo, if it is a rogue robo came to India and just shooting everyone, you cannot catch it alive. It may self-destruct. Even if you catch it alive, tracing the origin of the parts is very difficult. Pakistan would not have been held responsible in such case. So that is one example of dangers of military AI saying. So technology is being increasingly adapted into military. So dangers of military AI only amplifies the long-term risks of AI. So when AI becomes super intelligent, okay, if it becomes misaligned, corrupted, or malicious for some reason, the consequences will be very severe and it may even lead to human extinction. Okay, there are many movies, Terminator and many movies, etc. on this such kind of imaginative super intelligent AI. matrix, etc. So managing the risk, how these risks are managed. So the challenge lies in aligning AI with universally accepted human values. So how we can manage these negative aspects of AI? So first establish a global rules, globally accepted human values, like be kind to the other person, do not harm the other person unless he harms you, harm only when it is necessary to self-protect you. So such kind of international globally accepted human values first we should establish, and then we should imbibe these values into the artificial intelligence. When it is done by every country on the world, then only it will happen. Let's say India has imbibed these globally accepted human values into the AI systems of India, but China did not do it. Then we were always we will be always suspicious about Chinese AI. Okay, so we will not accept any systems that belongs to China. So when it is not done at a global level, it is very hard to achieve. Okay, so the rapid pace of AI advancement spurred by market pressures, creating some kind of unhealthy competitions among many countries. So other also given the example of China, how China, by not making any laws on artificial intelligence, having some advantage at the global level. Companies prefer when there is less regulation. Companies don't want to establish industries where there is severe regulation on their industry. So some countries, by not having a proper AI legislation, trying to get advantage in this rising AI industry. In fact, India also does not have a proper legislation on artificial intelligence till now. So somehow we need to get a unified global approach on this artificial intelligence to face these kind of threats. So the need for international collaboration. So as I said, what something needs to be done at global level. As of now, there is a conspicuous options of collaboration and cohesiveness at the global level. So right now, countries are not coming together. Some countries like European Union have some laws on artificial intelligence. Some countries like India and China does not have any laws. This could result in destabilization and conflict, undermining international peace and security. So we are not having universal standards. We ourselves are not agreeing which is acceptable and which is not. Then how, if a AI becomes super intelligent, how it agrees with us? We humans ourselves are not agreeing on simple things. Now there is a superpower. Why will it agree with us? Nations must delineate where AI deployment is unacceptable and enforce clear norms for its role in warfare. So as I said in previous slide, some sectors are very critical, electricity, water, military. So in such places, deploying AI may be unacceptable, okay, or it should come with high restrictions and regulations. So nations must delineate this by with collaboration and cohesiveness. So in this evolving landscape of AI risk, the world must remember that our choices today will shape the world we inherit tomorrow. So if you do not do anything, tomorrow it might become a problem. So whatever we do today, we will get the fruits or the consequences of it tomorrow. So this is basically an artificial intelligence. So directly it is linked to GS paper 3, science and technology. At the same time, author is calling Indian government and all the governments at global level to take some interventions and policies. So you can also link it to GS2, government policies and intervention, because India also does not have any framework on artificial intelligence. At the same time, dimensions of ethics, it is also directly related to the applied ethics part of the ethics paper GS4, because in applied ethics, this kind of artificial intelligence ethics is now a trending topic. It is rising now. Earlier it was not there. Now it is coming under this part of syllabus. Here is a sample question. You can answer it. You can just try it. We have already discussed the answer for it. So that is it for today. Thank you everyone. Please keep following us. All the news articles related to the prelims will be uploaded as a separate video. Thank you.